All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of This Week Unloaded. Did I even put the number on this episode? Nope. I think we're 208. I'll have to fix that later. But yeah, tonight on the panel so far, we have Mr. Rob D. How are you tonight?
Doing all right. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
I'm not Irish, so I don't know if it applies.
Hey, man, doesn't matter. Like, this is the one day a year I get to be Black Irish.
Let's see. Who do we got out there on the chat? We got on the, not the chat. We're the chat out there on the panel. We're the panel. I'll get this right sooner or later. It's like I haven't done this before. Out there in the YouTube chat. That's what I'm trying to say. We have Mr. Krabby Turtle and followed by Kingpin. Got to hang out with both of those guys yesterday. Had a fun time at the Baltimore Antique Gun Show. And then we had Mr. Buck Stanley, otherwise known as the Tactical Fudd. And then behind him, we had Patriot in the Dark, who's still screaming for midget tossing, apparently. After him was Ashley A. And going down the line, we got Jason Stewart out there. So the co-host is playing hooky and not being on the show again. Then we had Mr. Gizzard Gary. And that's it. But they are a very boisterous crowd out there tonight. So evening to all you folks. Yeah, saw a lot of cool antique firearms yesterday. And my son got a stock for his M1 carbine. Jason's with his mother. Okay. Give her our well wishes, Jason. Let her know we've been thinking about her and praying about her. So, anyway, he found a World War II vintage stock for his Vietnam vintage M1 carbine, and he swapped those around. Took him all of 5 minutes, I think, maybe, to swap those stocks around. Real simple to do. Of course, those things were made to be easily repairable. So. But you weren't supposed to reuse the magazines. Everybody always has issues with their M1 carbines because they used the old GI mags, which were actually supposed to be empty them and forget about them. You just throw them away. Yeah. You know, not there in the crawler, but down in the description, if you folks look down there, you will see that I have posted a placeholder website where in that one is just a simple one that was thrown together real quick by my daughter and I. We're in the process where we're going to be building a major website, more permanent one. But right now we got the placeholder website. If you all want to go down there and check that out, you can see where we've got our affiliate links posted there. And any some sales that are going on at Tractor Supply, free shipping with Smoky Mountain Knife Works if you spend $75 or more, and of course the Blackout Coffee coupon code is there as well, so you can go check that stuff out. I tried posting the Tractor Supply links for people that had pets or might be getting into raising chickens and stuff like barbecue, so maybe they can save themselves a little money there. Yeah, so check that out.
Well, I'd love to see barbecue catch a chicken.
Oh, he's raising the darn things. Them and ducks.
Yeah, but I assume he had them all locked in like a bedroom or something.
He has a little coop he set outside that he has them in.
So did you find anything at the show?
Oh, Kingpin wants to know where the hell you were at because he told you he would pay for your gas to come down there.
The lady had to work. And
Whoops.
talk about it. But
We lost you there for a second, Rob. What'd you say?
I said we did talk about it, but obviously it didn't happen. So I looked into it and seen antique, and I was like, ooh, that was another little kink. But yeah, the 1,000 tables, I guess, supposed to be.
No, there were a lot of tables.
So I was interested, but she did have to work the evening, so kind of made was it worth in her mind skipping out? Yeah, I don't know. So
you got to hang with me, Kingpin, and Krabby. What wasn't there? Isn't that incentive enough?
I would think so.
Then after that, we went to this mom and pop pizza shop in the one shopping center and ate some good pizza and loaded French fries. So you missed out, man. And my wife and son were there too. So she would have had another lady to talk to.
Wife was going.
Huh?
So you didn't tell me your wife was going.
How do you think I got there?
Damn, I definitely would have went if she was going.
Mm-hmm. She can't hear you. She's up in bed anyway. Yeah, we had some fun. I was basically the obligatory tour guide for Kingpin and Krabby, telling them about the different weapons and stuff. Yes, Jason, there was stuff for sale. They had it set up where there were basically two halls of this building that were being used, like big display halls because this building's usually used for trading cattle. Okay. And there's a smaller room and then there's a larger room. The smaller room was set up, it was all museum pieces. None of that stuff was for sale. And then the bigger room was where all the vendors were. And there was a lot of stuff. It was a 2-day show, and we would have had to have gone back the second day to see everything. There was stuff that we did not see because there was just so much to see there. Good prices. Well, that depends on your term of what a good price is. Because remember, these are all antiques. None of this stuff is new. So to say whether it was a good price or not, it's relative. No, not any blue pythons at this show, Jason. All antiques, man. Every gun for sale was manufactured prior to 1898. Now there were some gun parts for like the stock my son bought, which normally go for around $100. He paid $40 for it. Did I spell subscribe star wrong? Gary says I spelled subscribe star wrong. Let me check the ticker on the banner. Hide that real quick. Go up here. Yes, I did. For some reason, I must have hit the N at the same time instead of the B. Okay. There, that's fixed. I typed it real fast and hit save and didn't pay attention. Oh, there were some of those there, Jason. He said he needs a single action army. Old Colt revolver, the Peacemaker. There was a couple of those that I got to see. There were a lot of people with Smith & Wesson Model 3s there, which had me drooling, but didn't have the money to buy them. But yeah, the stock my son got, he got a hell of a deal. He only paid $40 on it. Normally those things go for about $100. It still had the original U.S. markings on the stock. So he now has a hybrid World War II Vietnam era M1 carbine.
It's cool.
Yeah. You know, the one museum display, me, Krabby, and Kingpin were standing there talking to each other about it. And the guy that actually owned the collection came over and started talking to us. And we had good 5-10 minute conversation with the guy about the little revolvers. He had a full collection, including all accessories for the old Colt side hammer revolvers that you just don't see the complete set. He had the complete boxes. Some of them had bullets, the little powder container for them, and the percussion cap holder for them that all went in the wooden box. And man, I guarantee you, some of those go for a pretty penny. He said one of them that he was trying to get went at auction for $300,000.
So really, he just came over to talk to you to make sure you weren't getting any ideas.
Well, these were in the museum section. None of the stuff he had was for sale. There were some other mini revolvers that were for sale. They had some cool stuff.
So you get any pictures or video?
My wife was taking pictures, so eventually I'll get pictures off of her and put them up on Instagram. And Kingpin was taking videos. So I don't know where he's posting them at, but he has, because Ashley had emailed me and said that, or commented on something and said, "Oh, we lost Rob again. You back?"
Yeah, I didn't. As far as
Yeah,
I know, I
you
don't know.
dropped. Yeah, you dropped and popped right back in again.
Strange.
Anyway, Ashley said in the comment on one of my videos that she saw the pictures and video that Kingpin had took. So yeah, no Kingpin. We didn't have any napkin stories from yesterday, but there was a sour cream incident. When we got the loaded fries, there was these little packets of stuff. Kingpin was like, "What's that?" My wife's like, "Oh, that's sour cream," and he dropped it like it had the plague all over it. Krabby's been posting on his Instagram. Yeah, I haven't been on Instagram today, so I haven't had a chance to look and see what you guys may have posted or not over there. Yeah. Oh, it was funny. My wife posted a picture of Krabby, Kingpin, and I that she had taken at the pizza shop, and one of her co-workers commented that he looks like Mr. Miyagi, that Krabby looks like Mr. Miyagi, and one of her younger co-workers replied, "Who's Mr. Miyagi?" It's like, I told Krabby about all this in text last night, and he was laughing about it then. So, but she's like, "I don't mean it as an insult either. I mean it in a good way." She's like, "I thought Mr. Miyagi was cute, especially when he was Arnold on Happy Days." So, yeah.
You said that about Kingpin?
No, she said that about Krabby.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, not Kingpin. Kingpin definitely doesn't look like Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah,
anybody,
I mean, he looked.
anybody who thinks Kingpin looks like Mr. Miyagi needs glasses.
Kingpin's like what, 6'3", 280 pounds.
No, he's about 6'2", 150. He's a tall but at the same time little guy. It's
Before I met him, I always related him to the chef on South Park.
Boy, were you wrong. He says he's met you twice, Rob.
So
I
the
guess we
wife
can.
enjoyed the trip.
Yeah, she mainly went because my son and I wanted to go.
She ended up getting anything?
Nah, she didn't get anything except sore feet. Maybe, I don't know. She wanted to go sit down because her feet were bugging her.
They didn't have any of that novelty stuff like beef jerky, ice cream, shit like that.
No, they didn't have it. No, no, there wasn't a single beef jerky vendor, at least not that I saw.
See, I got a problem with that, man. I'm fine with getting rid of that other shit, but who doesn't love beef jerky?
Well,
Yeah.
think about it this way, Rob. Everything there was an antique. Do you want to snap into a Slim Jim that's like 50,
Oh,
60 years
hell,
old?
Slim Jim. I'm talking the real
Or
like.
beef jerky? Then let me finish. I mean, I don't know how
You need something to munch on while you're walking around the place.
oh, they
like
had a snack bar.
that's yeah.
Yeah, they had a snack bar where you can get like carnival food kind of stuff. Stuff like the county fair. It would have been cool if they would have had the outside vendors open too, but they didn't.
So the place with a damn, animal stall, basically, is what you're saying.
Well, they do all kinds of stuff there. It was it's the Maryland County Fairgrounds. It's just north of Baltimore, maybe northwest of Baltimore, and they do cattle shows there. I'm guessing because they had a horse pen or maybe horse shows. They have a racetrack, and basically they hold their county fair there as well. It was a fairly nice looking facility.
4-H, all that type of stuff.
Possibly, yeah.
So what about parking? You have to pay for parking?
No, we didn't have to pay for parking. The poor Krabby didn't realize they had handicap parking down closer to the building, so he walked with his cane all the way down this hill and back up it again.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Gary
it's
says,
like our state fair, the local fairs, anything at a fairgrounds around here. You're paying for tickets and paying for parking. So it's kind of, goes with the territory around here. So I'm shocked that, fairgrounds there, you don't get charged for parking.
Patriots asking where do we think he could find a holster for a Beretta 80X Cheetah? Try Craft Holsters. They may have all leather outside the waistband holster for that Patriot. If you want, after the show's over, I can get you the information for my contact there, and maybe he can get you hooked up with something. If they don't, because they were able to custom make me a holster for my threaded P10C. They don't normally carry that in their inventory, and so they custom did one that facilitated the suppressor height sights plus the extended barrel. And they did it all from a picture. I didn't have to send them measurements or anything. I just sent them a picture of it. They were able to figure out just from that picture how much longer the holster had to be and everything.
Yeah, I got no idea for that little thing. So, no idea. I'd be doing a Google search personally. So, did you do anything Irishy today?
A corned beef. You know, it's
Okay.
traditional. That's a traditional thing. Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day. Oh, God.
Any Shamrock shakes in the last week or so?
Yeah, I had one of them too. They're nowhere near as good as they used to be.
Yeah, I haven't gotten one from McDonald's in a while. I'm telling you, making your own is the way to go. Like, if you can find a place to get like the mint milk, Burn Dairy has it here, and it's pretty good. But to get that minty taste to it, you know what I mean? I guess you could try it with mint ice cream, but it's probably not going to be the same type of mint. I don't know. So, but did my own, and let me tell you, it's probably the best I've ever had. Although I did alter slightly, throw a couple mint Oreos in the mix, and I used vanilla chocolate chip ice cream. So, and took time blending it. So everywhere, all throughout, it was little bits of chocolate. Oh my goodness, that was as like the best shamrock / chocolate chip shake I've ever had.
Yeah. Krabby throws in there with the corned beef. You got to have cabbage.
Yeah, it's good. I love corned beef sandwiches, corned beef hash, Reuben's.
As long as it's not that canned corned beef shit that's actually cat food that they label corned beef. I'm like,
Hey
I can't
man,
stand that canned shit.
well, if you get the knockoff stuff, it's horrible. Like, and it dissolves down to like half the can. But if you get like Hormel, and
Oh
this is the
man, I
trick,
can't
you
stand
got to
that stuff.
cook it like on a higher heat, so it starts to crisp up, and then all the oil and shit disappears, and it's pretty good.
Ugh.
But if you do like that soggy, mushy style, like no, you want to like almost sear it.
Yeah, my wife, when she was working at the one gas station that had a deli, is like it was a little convenience store basically that we had in the little town we used to live in. She's like, "We got corned beef in now for St. Patrick's Day." I was like, "Oh, cool! Make me a corned beef sandwich and bring it home." She gets home, it's that goddamn cat food smeared all over the bun. I was like, "I don't want this shit."
That's funny. I've never tried that.
It's got to be where you can actually see the grain in the meat, or I don't want the corned beef. It's like, no, I'm gonna have to pass on that. And for dessert, we had Italian. We had tiramisu. Because my wife asked me the other day what I wanted for a birthday cake, and I saw we were at Sam's Club the other day. I don't know. Like, give me a day to think about it. We were at Sam's Club yesterday on the way home from meeting up with Kingpin and Krabby in Baltimore. Stopped about halfway at in Hagerstown to go to Sam's Club, and they had tiramisu. I was like, I'll take that. It was pretty good. Were you going to say something?
No, but I am now. So
Hmm.
your birthday just passed then?
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you finally old enough to buy yourself a drink?
Yeah, plus another 26 years on top of that. No, more than that.
All right, just checking. Congratulations, making it through another year.
Barely.
She didn't throw you out, and you're not in the graveyard, so could always be worse.
Yeah. Gary's got a lot of nerve putting that there old man memes to somebody. He's older than I am. Bernie's out there now, so evening, Bernie. Jason and Patriot right there talking about Berettas. I'm waiting to see if I get accepted to their affiliate program still or not. 'Cause last I looked, I hadn't been accepted yet or denied. It's annoying. Want to know if you're approved or not, and then they take forever to get through the process of whether they're going to approve you or not. So far I'm only approved for Smoky Mountain Knife Works and Tractor Supply still.
So you plan on going to this show again next year?
If they have one, I'll go. Hopefully next year I have a little bit more money to spend. Yeah, there were definitely some things I wanted to get, just didn't have the money for it. Yeah, nope, still just says applied for Beretta.
They sell any like ammo or reloading stuff?
Oh yeah, there was some antique loading stuff there. Kingpin was all looking for the old reloading stuff. So yeah, any of that we found, he was like, "Oh look, more reloading stuff." Yeah, Kingpin. Gary says that Blade HQ did that with him. He applied, and it was 2 months later that he got approved. I was surprised the Smoky Mountain Knife Works and Tractor Supply approved me as quick as what they did. It was like no time at all. I was approved for both of them. I think it was maybe a day, 2 days, and I got my approval back for those. Then the Blackout Coffee, Gary sent me the invite to that, and that was instant approval. Jason says he likes Beretta's new rifles. Got Mr. DM Foss jumping in. How you tonight?
I'm doing all right.
So you've been listening to anything we were saying?
A little bit.
Good evening, boss.
Good evening, Rob.
No,
I thought you'd be drunk.
Yeah, Rob, why ain't you drunk? Go get the Irish whiskey and start drinking.
I had to cut it back. I was getting there earlier, but definitely had to cut back. So no, not currently. So got to work tomorrow. Had a nice buzz this afternoon.
So Rob's not as Irish as what he's trying to let people on that he is.
Hey, I'm more Irish than you. I made my own Shamrock Shake. I drink or eat.
Now, hold on.
You're saying
Does a Shamrock Shake from McDonald's really count as Irish?
you're saying you're black Irish?
Exactly. Yeah, Cocoa Pebbles and Irish milk, and then Irish coffee in the morning through afternoon.
Well,
So
if you had potatoes, potatoes count because that's Irish.
I asked Rob earlier if he was like Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy, and he had no idea who I was talking about.
What he's describing is more of a alcoholic's diet.
Mhm.
No.
Got awful defensive there real quick, Rob. Well, you said that no.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
See, there he goes again. What about you, Foss? You doing anything for St. Patrick's Day?
Not specifically for St. Patrick's Day. I got together with the 3 people from high school that I keep in touch with. We got together for lunch, but it was to have lunch, not because it was St. Patrick's Day.
So you weren't eating like Reuben's or corned beef and cabbage or anything like that?
Nope, I had a very nice bacon cheeseburger.
Well, from my experience,
I don't
the Irish
think
people
that's
I've-
Irish.
well, the Irish people I have known have liked a good bacon cheeseburger when we would go out to lunch or something when I was hanging out with them when I was working at the bar in Pittsburgh. So I'll allow it.
It's garnished with a clover and it's fine.
A little sprig of parsley cut to look like a clover.
Frankly, it wouldn't have mattered if you had disallowed it. I would have eaten it anyways. Not a
No, I'm
goddamn
allowing
thing
it
you
as
could do
being
about it.
Irish.
They were
I'm
packed,
not Irish,
though.
I'm culturally appropriating because I'm not Irish. So just so you know.
Oh yeah. I'm probably about an eighth.
My wife's Irish, partially Irish, like half Irish.
I've got some Scottish.
That's not the same.
No.
Both Celtic.
I saw a meme this morning that says, on St. Patrick's Day, everybody in the world is a little Irish, except for the Scottish. They're just Scottish.
What about you, Gary? What did you do?
I went to a tiny little, there's this Catholic church in the next county. It's out in the middle of nowhere in a town called Emerald. It's St. Patrick's Church, and they have a St. Patrick's Day meal every year. And so I had the traditional corned beef and cabbage. And oh my gosh, they had desserts and stuff. It was delicious.
Yeah, we did corned beef and sauerkraut because I prefer that to regular cabbage.
I'd rather somebody else cook it than me. And
I didn't cook it. My wife cooked it.
but I was in this tiny church, and I went down the basement, and oh my gosh, it was full of people. There had to have been 200 people crammed in here. And it's like, boy, people really go all out when it's time for St. Patrick's Day. They come from everywhere.
You never know what you'll find in a church basement.
I drove a half hour, and there were people there who drove a lot further than I did. So
Yeah. But we did the corned beef and sauerkraut, and then for dessert with mashed potatoes, and then for dessert we had tiramisu. So we went from being Irish to Italian.
I am not a fan of the rotten Nazi cabbage.
it's delicious.
Bernie says his ancestor's name is McMahon. My wife's maiden name is McManus.
See, out at work, our cafeteria used to always serve corned beef and cabbage on St. Patrick's Day. So I kind of got in the habit of eating it every year. And now that I'm not at work anymore, it's like, oh no, I have to find somewhere to eat it.
Does Bernie, his ancestors, did they do steroids and call everybody buddy? Hey, buddy. That's a great idea. Oh, pal, not buddy. It's pal. Hey, pal.
Mhm. Jason's having to hit the road. Guess visiting hours are over at the facility his mother's at. So drive safe, Jason.
Yep, be safe, man.
He was saying earlier that he spent the day with his mother.
Yes, I wore a green T-shirt and a green hoodie today and a green hat. So I got in the spirit of stuff. I decided I didn't have anything better to do today. Might as well go out and do something. So,
I wore an H&K P30.
oh, was it green?
No,
Oh.
black.
Wearing a shirt today. Also did my own version of the jig.
Did
You're
you
getting jiggy
MK.
with it?
did you record it?
No.
No stones if it's not on YouTube is short. Come on, man.
Got a pretty good laugh though.
Yeah, we've been joined out there in the YouTube chat by M. Gabriel. So evening, sir. Yeah, I don't have any green guns, and I don't know if there's any guns that are famously just Irish.
Potato gun?
Does that count?
Where's Abigail when you need her?
She don't come into this YouTube chat.
Oh, what'd you do to her?
Oh, go back to last June.
I don't remember if my Keltec, my P17, if it's tan or green. I don't remember.
No, OD green counts as green. So
And Gabriel says the jig was just before he expelled the remains of the corned beef and cabbage. Mainly the cabbage will do that to you.
oh yeah, at this feed at the church, I also had a 3-piece band over in the corner playing Irish folk tunes and stuff like that. This is kind of cool.
Yeah,
Musical entertainment while you ate.
yeah. When we went to Busch Gardens in the Irish section of the park, because it's split up into, like, you know how Epcot Center, they have the little area that's split up in different nationalities.
Mhm.
Busch Gardens is similar to that. You have each area of the park is set up as being based around different nationality. They have Irish, French, Canadian, German, and Italian areas of the park. And in the each area of the park, they play music from that country. So when you were sitting in the Canadian section, we were eating from the barbecue place they had there, and they were playing like Rush and BTO
Gonna
and
say
the Guess Who.
Rush, and Brian Adams.
Uh-huh. Triumph. We're playing those kinds of bands. Then we went over to Ireland, and it was a mix of like Irish folk songs and U2.
Wow.
And then, but we went, and they had free stage shows where you would just walk
Could
in
have
and
had
watch.
Sinead O'Connor, I guess, too.
Yeah, but they didn't. Thank God. I can't stand her.
She's gone now. You can't say bad things about her.
The hell I can. I just did. You're not supposed to, but doesn't mean you can't.
I guess once you turn 50, you're in the downslide of life anyway. So
You would know. Anyway,
once you get senile enough, you don't care anymore. That's a great thing about it.
But we went and we watched this stage show that was kind of like the river dance, kind of, if you remember that from back in the 90s when that was a big thing.
Oh,
kinda
yeah.
like that kind of dancing, but it actually had a play that was mixed around it about the Irish wedding reception at this bar. It was pretty good. It was funny as hell. Whoever they got to do their play there in the Irish section, they got some good actors for it. It was pretty good.
But I think the coolest thing I saw at the church today was this big blow up leprechaun they had out in the front lawn that was sitting there kind of doing a dance in the wind and stuff like that. It's like I didn't know you could even get such a thing, but evidently they make St. Patrick's Day lawn ornaments.
Tell you what, that now that I think about it, that show we saw at Busch Gardens in the Irish section of this park was better than the Christmas Carol that we paid money to go watch.
You guys ever see the Leprechaun movies?
Yes, Rob.
The Leprechaun movies.
Oh,
Yeah, saw the first one when it was in first run even.
yeah.
I
They should
have-
be playing nonstop today, like they do with the Christmas Story and all that crap on Christmas.
I know of them, but never watched any of them.
I should have had some Lucky Charms for breakfast. That would have been.
I don't like Lucky Charms. I'm
Oh,
not a
that's
fan
my
of the marshmallow
favorite.
cereals. I'm not a
Oh.
fan of the marshmallow cereals.
Man.
The berry swirl's pretty good.
When I was a kid, traditional Thanksgiving. I mean, they're gonna say Thanksgiving again. St. Patrick's Day movies to watch that would be all over cable and whatnot would have been like Darby O'Gill and the Little People, or the Quiet Man, the John Wayne movie, stuff like that. Not Leprechaun.
Hey, Foss.
Yes.
Breakfast cereal bracket. Idea. Write it down. That could be fun. Everybody had their favorite.
I don't know what my favorite was. I used to like Cookie Crisp, but that tastes like shit now because they changed it.
Cookie Crisp.
See, growing up, let's see. Well, Lucky Charms, Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah, Cocoa Pebbles are good.
Um,
Just about any cereal that turns your milk into chocolate milk is good.
Frosted Mini Wheats is good.
It's better.
Remember when they had the filled ones that had like blueberry and strawberry in them?
Yeah, I never got those.
They were pretty good. I don't see them
Captain
around
Crunch
here
is good if you get the Crunch Berries one. It's
Oh yeah,
I like the regular no crunch berries.
really,
Yeah.
I'll eat either, but I prefer the Crunch Berries.
and the peanut butter one's all right too.
Yeah, I was never a fan of that. Never really a fan of the peanut butter cereals.
Count Chocula.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I liked Frankenberry.
Blueberry was good too.
Captain Crunch can be rough out of your mouth, though.
Yeah, it does cut up your mouth a good bit. Now, one cereal that really sucked. This was right about the time E.T. came out. They came out with a cereal of it. It's like the first half a bowl or so. The cereal tasted pretty good. Then it started to just taste like shit after that. Didn't last on the shelves very long.
It's kind of like grape nuts. Grape nuts is good as long as you eat it quick, but once it turns into mush, it's absolutely disgusting.
Somebody I used to know would take grape nuts and they would microwave them with the milk and basically turn into icky, nasty oatmeal. Kind of. Yeah. Ugh.
Okay. I liked oatmeal, hated cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat's good.
The thing that's nice about cream of wheat, you can make it thin enough where you can just drink it.
You can oatmeal too if you put enough milk in with it.
Well, oatmeal still can be lumpy. The cream of wheat, it just gets really thinned out and you just drink it down.
As Humpty said, I like my oatmeal lumpy.
But do you like real oatmeal, like the the steel milled oats or the instant oatmeal, or because there's 3-minute oats, there's the 1-minute oats, and then there's the stuff that you actually have to cook for half an hour before it's edible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually the one that tastes the best. It's
Well,
also
the quick
pretty
oats
easy to
are
screw it up too.
parboiled. That's why they cook faster. Because they're already partially cooked.
Not as good, but I don't want to wait 30 minutes for my breakfast to cook in the morning. I don't have that kind of patience.
I like when I used to make it, oatmeal, not microwave, but I would put brown sugar and raisins in it. I like raisins.
That sounds good.
And it would partially rehydrate the raisins back in the grapes.
Throwing applesauce and cinnamon in oatmeal.
Cinnamon and brown sugar.
It's good too. Blueberries.
Mm-hmm. Strawberries.
Yeah, that works too.
Throwing some strawberries and heavy whipping cream.
Throw all that in cream of wheat as well. All the fruit. Good stuff.
Nobody said Wheaties. Nobody liked Wheaties.
Nah.
You get stuck in your teeth.
Nah, not really.
Cornflakes, Kellogg's cornflakes.
Oh, I'd eat
Raisin
some
Bran,
cornflakes.
yes, I loved Raisin
Oh,
Bran.
I'd
I
eat
don't like
regular
Raisin
plain
Bran.
cornflakes and frosted flakes too.
Frosted
with the-
Flakes is delicious.
If you're talking about Raisin Bran, it was crispy wheats and raisins. That was heads of shoulders above, just like Kellogg's Raisin Bran.
Honeycomb? Any honeycomb or
Oh
something?
yeah, honeycomb. Eat some honeycomb. My mother used to get this cereal on the WIC program that was called King Vitamin. It wasn't that bad either.
I remember that.
It was kind of a less sweetened Captain Crunch kind of cereal. You got Ron Wayne out there joining us. No signs of Mini Wayne as that yet though.
Somehow I have a feeling we're going to see Mini Wayne here directly.
You fit right in with this show.
I know. You got to watch that Mini Wayne, though. He's been burying things out in the garden.
Uh-huh. Well, has anybody seen Misty lately?
Oh, yeah. Misty's out there in the comments, and she's not too happy.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
since Ron said that Mini Wayne's been out there burying things, has anybody seen Misty?
Oh. Well, no.
Can't say I have. Uh-oh.
But there's always tonight, because I do believe he's having his members chat this evening.
Do we need to call in a wellness check?
On who?
Misty.
Oh. Yeah, we'll see if she shows up tonight. 'Cause she's always on the members chat. So, if you're a member of Ron Wayne's channel, I may be the only one here.
Maybe. I didn't know he had a members thing. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's one of the good creators who actually has members chats with his members. I should do that. Hillbilly does it. Ron does it.
I know Hillbilly does it. I've been on them.
I really should, because members only chats are kind of fun, and I have enough members. He was in my premiere earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when was that recorded?
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to get to that. Like, yeah, Ron, but when did you record it?
That could be a week or two old.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I feel bad now. I'm gonna have to. Oh, there's Mini Wayne.
There's Mini Wayne. Dang, now I gotta look for his channel. If it'll let me. YouTube being stupid. What else is new, right?
So, Boss, you top tier boy about gifting yet?
No. He'll figure it out.
That was interesting. Listening to that the other day.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm in the middle of doing something.
Well, as old as he is now, you never know what he's doing. He may be checking
No.
to see if his AARP card came in yet, or
Oh, it's a Sunday, so that one that came in.
making sure he has plenty of boost in the refrigerator.
No, I'm just signing up for something.
Medicare, it's too early.
Gonna have his prostate checked.
Yeah, you should do that at age 50. It's also time for, guess what?
Oh,
Guess what else you get to do at age 50? A
they've
colonoscopy. Yay!
they've already been telling me to do that, and I said no.
You should. Seriously.
You won't even know what
Seriously.
happened.
No, you won't. You sleep right through it. And it's vital for your health, man.
Count back from 100
I got
and you
enough
make it to about
I got
97.
enough health problems to worry about. I don't need another one.
I'm being serious, man. Yeah, schedule.
I know
that,
you are.
please.
They were telling me to do that like 5 years ago. I'm like, hell no.
I've had 2 of them.
My first one, the doctor, I had a female doctor at the time, and she's like, "How would you feel about colonoscopy?" I said, "Not real excited." And she went ahead and scheduled it for me. And I figured, well, shit, I might as well go.
Oh, hell, no wonder I ain't been getting like any notifications about Ron's shit. YouTube unsubscribed me.
The worst thing about a colonoscopy is the night before when you have to do the prep.
Yeah, that. Did
The
you have
day
the Gallon, or did you have? Because there's a couple different ways.
I've had
you
them
can do it.
both. I didn't like either one. The second one was better for sure.
I started substituting Gatorade for water, and it made it a lot better.
I did the Gatorade one the first time. You had this stuff you had to mix in with. I still to this day cannot drink lemon lime Gatorade. The taste of it reminds me of that prep. It's like I can't do it.
There was the cafeteria at I can't remember the name of the college now. We went to when the kids were in school. We had went for youngest daughter was in the STEM club, and they paid for our lunches. The chaperones and the participants in this big competition they were having. I think it was Fremont State or something like that. It's out in Fremont, West Virginia, on the other side of the state, just south of Morgantown. Or Fairmont State, that's what it was. Anyway, they had the red fruit punch Gatorade on the fountain machine.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, did it taste good as hell. I don't know what they did to it to make it taste different than the red Gatorade in the bottle, but it was so much better tasting. I told the kids, like, this stuff is good. Next thing you know, they're all running up to the machine and getting it. And they're all like, holy crap, this doesn't taste like Gatorade. It tastes like regular fruit punch.
But you can't have red Gatorade if you're doing prep. It has to be like
No, can't have anything red. It'll look like a polyp.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of polyps,
Yeah, right?
I'm a very big polyp.
Wow.
Probably get me checked out.
Yeah, I was subbed to Mini Wayne and not Ron Wayne.
Yeah, they're different.
Well,
So
no, I
far,
had
Mini
been
Wayne
subbed to Ron.
So far, Mini Wayne hasn't shot any guns, although I'm sure it's coming.
Uh-huh. And Misty better run.
Mm-hmm. I mean, first it was scissors, then it was a shovel. Goodness knows what's coming next.
Yeah. Mini Wayne's starting to remind me of Puppet Master movies here.
Mini Wayne's a lesbian?
I don't think so.
Oh, I just said
I
scissors.
didn't
Sorry.
On different kind of scissors. The paper
Oh.
scissors.
I've been talking to my neighbors too much. My bad.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Stop talking to your ex-wife, Barbecue. Jesus.
It's not by choice.
You look at that avatar of Mini Wayne. He looks like he could have been one of the puppets from Puppet Master movies.
Have you never watched any of the Mini Wayne? Any of the videos on there? You'd know. That's Mini Wayne.
I'm just saying what he resembles. He'd fit right in with that crew.
Yes, his videos are humorous but creepy.
Very strange.
Mhm. That's what I'm saying. He fit right in with the Puppet
I
Master.
think they're
movies.
designed that way.
Mhm.
I don't know, my
You
first
think?
thought was the doll from Trilogy of Terror. But probably Puppet Master would be better.
At least one of you gets what I'm talking about.
I've got scissors. Yay!
Now, if Mini Wayne were one of the Puppet Master puppets, what would his attached weapon be?
Mhm.
Scissors?
Scissors.
Yeah, it'd have to be scissors, right?
Now, two of his videos have got several views. I mean, like over 10,000. The guy's going to be a YouTube star.
Mm-hmm. People like weird things like that, so yeah.
Oh, he'll probably end up passing me in subs pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. Well, hell, he's already probably passed me.
Well, you could say you're consistent.
Yeah.
Maybe Mini Wayne will do a live show one of these days. That'd be cool.
Oh, dear
Oh,
Lord.
oh, heaven help us.
Well, he does. He does do a portion of Ron's members chats. So if you want to see
That'd be
him live,
It'd be a good Halloween chat.
Mm-hmm. Somebody should introduce Mini Wayne to the Crypt Keeper. Anybody got a Crypt Keeper puppet?
no,
Darn.
I don't. I don't like having stuff like that around the house. I had to look at Nancy Pelosi enough the last few years. That
Hey,
reminds
don't
me of
insult
Crypt Keeper.
don't insult the Crypt Keeper that way.
I feel like you did not have to look at her. You could have changed the channel at any time, Gizzard.
Yeah, but her picture was on like Twitter and everything else. Duh.
Yeah, she would pop up everywhere. It's like, oh, not her again.
Ah, not that.
If you ever
No,
think that
please.
you have a tough,
Nancy Pelosi again. We'll do whatever you want. Just keep the picture away.
if you ever think that you, sorry, pause.
If you've seen the pictures, she's stacked.
She was a beauty queen at one time. I don't know what the hell happened. She was Miss
Time.
California way back on the day.
You can't fight time.
I don't think that's time. I think that's what evil does to him.
Gravity.
Oh, Misty's out there.
How do we know it's not Ron or Mini Wayne on her account?
Because she's threatening Mini Wayne. That's why.
I feel like Mini Win would probably be evil genius enough to do that to himself.
Rich wants proof of life.
But you do realize that if Mini Wayne was trying to cover up for some shenanigans, that's exactly what he would say if he was on somebody else's account.
That's literally what I just said.
I said it more clearly.
That's arguable.
They can't be the same person because they're out there chatting with each other.
Could be two different
I will have
computers.
you know, I have done that with 3 different accounts at times on your chats, talking to other people and talking to myself.
Oh, really? Who are you
Yep.
that I don't know who you are? That makes me wonder because there's been a couple mysterious people show up in my chats.
You're
Yeah.
subbed to one of them.
Probably. That may or may not be how George ends up on some chats every once in a while. He's been known to use my phone.
For all we know, Mini Wayne's out there being Misty and Ron, too. All he's got to do is have a phone and a desktop and a laptop, and he could be all 3 of them at once, and we would never know.
What about a tablet?
Oh, that would work too.
What if he just had 2 separate desktops?
Yeah, it'd be he'd
Just
have
need
to switch
open more
accounts.
than one window.
Or 2 separate laptops? Or 3 handheld devices?
You got the idea, barbecue. Jeez,
I just want to make sure we cover all bases here.
anything that's a computer of some variety.
What about the one that sent astronauts to the moon? I feel like that one's not going to get it done.
No, but that's not a modern computer either.
I don't.
You
don't
just say
think
modern. You said computer of some variety.
I know. I'm correcting. That's
Don't
probably
think you can
correction.
YouTube on the ENIAC.
Or a Furby, because remember, Furby has a more computing power than what the lunar landers had.
Well, a Tamagotchi probably did.
Possibly.
Don't take that as gospel, folks. It's just speculation.
It's possible, is all I'm saying. I don't know
100%.
for sure.
100% possible.
Gee, I don't know. Who would use an alt account out there?
Well, that's barbecue.
I have an alt account.
You know damn well you do.
What's it called?
Man, I lost track of all your accounts, what you used to enter Gary's giveaways with.
Say,
Well, you ain't winning them.
I already told you guys. So I would enter with the Guns of Barbecue one, the No Fear 2A News, and and then I just had my regular one that had my name on it.
Yeah.
And that was what I'd use on YouTube. And then I had the Guns of BBQ Facebook page, my personal Facebook page.
Twitch
that was-
account when I was on Twitch.
I've never had Twitch.
Oh, you never did? Okay.
Nope. Let's say
No, I was the one that entered on Twitch.
the most I've ever entered with was 6, and every time I've ever done that, never won. The only time I've ever won is if I only entered on YouTube or Facebook or both, but only one of each.
I've entered using Twitch, YouTube, obviously, and Facebook.
Let's say honestly, it got to knowing that I've never won using all 6 of the options that I had. It wasn't even worth continuing to even try and do, other than just to get rich going. But I was just like, by the time I switch accounts all those times, it's a lot of time and effort where I'm just like, it's really not worth it to try and stir up Rich.
Well, we did have a Facebook winner on Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jacob.
nice. I was in Reading, so.
So
Ugh.
you can believe
I
him.
was.
He's kind of saying like he tried to rig it and cheat, but it didn't work for him. It's not even worth it. So don't
Well,
bother.
Gary said it wasn't cheating to use your multiple accounts as long as you weren't doing
Yep.
it multiple times on YouTube itself.
Even Rob's won one of my giveaways. In fact, he did a clip of it. I found it the other day.
Yeah, won a couple of his giveaways over the years, I guess you could say.
I think I may be the only person that won via Twitch.
Oh,
I'm sure Tim has
don't
his
know
one via
about
Twitch.
that. Let's see. Travis T had a Twitch account that
Oh, yeah,
Oh, he won on Twitch.
Jacob
I remember
does.
for the longest time I was the only one that was entering on Twitch.
I can look real quick.
Let's say I'm pretty sure Travis T has one on every platform at least 3 times.
DJ Placemat is out there.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
I feel like
Yeah.
that might be a panel member.
It's a
I think there's a
possibility.
possibility of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Twitch. Yeah, Travis T won on Twitch back in December. And in last September, Jacob won on Twitch. Well, Travis T has won like 3-4 times 5 times on Twitch. Rich White won on Twitch April of 2023. Yeah.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
April the 21st.
It's been a while since I've won anything.
Foul Territory 214. Wow.
Back when everybody was doing trivia contests, it was who's going to win tonight, Rich or Kingpin? And then everybody went to this instant draw thing on StreamYard, and I haven't won as much. Now it's all at random.
We've had several Facebook winners too. So.
And I never won on Gary's during the trivia thing because he implemented a rule that panelists weren't eligible.
Yep.
Well, not at first, but then people complained that the panelists got about a 10-second head start on answering questions, and they were right. So I had to make that rule to make it fair. Because, yeah, the audience out there hears the show 10 seconds after the panelists do. So, yeah,
but it didn't take me 10 seconds to type in the answer. It was like, oh, I know that.
You won Foul Territory 31 back in June of 2019. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then the one when I was really sick back after the DC rally in 2019, I won on the Obies, and everybody was like, saying that I was only faking sick so I could win his giveaway.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is the beauty of spreadsheets. And that's not me like being tongue-in-cheek dickhead or anything. Like, this is why spreadsheets are pretty badass and you should keep them. Be like Gizzard Gary.
When you've had 255 shows and people ask you questions, you can't really go back and watch 255 episodes if you want to find something out. So I do keep little odds and ends stats on each show so I can go back and see.
You should make a place on gizzardgary.com where people can go and check all this stuff out.
I should.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty sweet.
You're going to get traffic to your website.
That'd be interesting. Build an archive.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
Who's been on the panel the most?
How many times has DM Foss been on my show? Twice. Ever.
And I've never won. Because I'm always at because of work. I can't hang out on Fridays. I've won on the Sunday chats, but not on Friday.
I think I've won more on the Sunday chat than I have on the Friday chat.
That's because less people play.
Rich
Better
only
odds.
won twice on Sundays.
How many times have I won on my Friday?
4 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was the other way around.
Mm-mm.
But there's been what? About 100 more Friday chats, Gary?
Friday chats, there's been 255. The early birds only had 164.
I see, that's close. So if you do it on a per episode average there, Rich,
But he's got a long ways to go to catch Travis T.
Yeah.
I think everybody does at this point.
And his
Now,
21 wins.
Ooh.
I was going to say, now, the times where Travis T has said, hey, respin, do you
Uh-huh.
still credit him with the win?
No. Those
Oh.
are just ones he kept. And what's sad is the second place behind him only won 10 times. So he's got that kind of commanding lead.
Hold on, we've got to guess this one.
Jacob.
No.
That's what I was going to guess. Crap.
No.
Here's a hint. You don't see him around anymore.
Midnight?
Yep.
Mr. Hashtag rigged himself? That
The
son
one
of
who
a...
always complained about never winning.
Right?
10 times, yeah.
Not only that, but he hasn't been around in... Oh, shit. Has it been almost...
It's
2
been
years?
over a year. Year and a half.
Almost
been
2
two.
almost 2 years.
It's been 2. Yeah.
Third place would be Weston. Weston's won 9 times.
He could...
Kinky had won a couple of times, hadn't he?
Who?
Kinky Sphincter. He had won a few times, hadn't he?
Just 4.
Just 4.
Midnight could totally...
Defense Dad's also won 9 times. Okay.
Good golly.
So yeah, Travis T's just blown everybody else clean out of the water.
I think I'm only like a 5 or 6 time winner.
On the early birds, we only had 3 people who won 4 times. That was Moo won 4 times, Ozzy won 4 times, and Tim S won 4 times on the Sunday show.
Woods is out there. He's saying he's won several times.
Let's see. Woods. 5 times is what I show.
Yeah, back when Ghost would do giveaways, I won quite a few of his. But his were always
Obnoxious
based.
One has never won my drawing. Ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he lets us know this.
And he's entered
Not even...
every one.
Not even a redraw? Like, where he just was like, okay, give it back now, like Sarge has done?
Nope, he's never won.
That, but Obi's never won.
Hold on, I've got another question here, because you said that you don't, if they say to do a redraw, you don't credit them with the win. But I have heard Sarge say, like, hold on, I want this super cool item out of that, and then you can.
Yeah,
I've done it too.
Do you do halves? Because I feel like that should be like a 0.5.
I
I've
make
done
note
that.
of it on my spreadsheet whose name was picked first and then who the redraw winner. So I do have that in my spreadsheet.
Yeah, because
My
I know
God.
I've done it before because I'm like Woods. Every time I win, it's the easiest gun carrier, never the chicken dinner one. And I've told Gary to either give it to somebody or redraw for the Aegis gun carrier stuff, and I just took the patches.
Kingpin has won several times and always gives it away to somebody else. So if we counted that, he's won several. But
Kingpin's a very generous man.
yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't let anybody pay for food or anything yesterday. No joke. We went, me, him, Krabby, my wife, son, and I all went out to lunch after the show. we were going to pay for the one pizza. Krabby was going to pay for one, and then we figured Kingpin would pay for the loaded fries, or Krabby would pay for the fries since he's the one who wanted them. Kingpin, the first pizza, he went, he wouldn't hear it. Krabby tried giving him money back for his food, and Kingpin tossed it back at him and said, "No, keep it."
I should have messaged you guys. I've been like, hey, after you're done at the gun show down there, you should all come up to Reading and, you know, do whatever. Mainly because I couldn't get down to Baltimore.
We went to a mom and pop pizza place down there right outside. I mean, it was right outside the fairgrounds.
Nice.
So 41, 10, 30. Only 32 times did I do the question. That's before
Kingpin and
came along.
Kingpin and Rich Wright split it 50-50, 16 and 16.
No, because I was always on the panel. I wasn't allowed to win.
Kingpin won a couple of them. Gun Toting Pacifist won 4 of them.
I feel like all those had to be trigger questions.
Or Algerian females. Was that the ones he was going after? No, it wasn't Algerians. It was another
Albanian?
one. Yeah, Albanian. That's what I was trying to think of.
I used to ask some fun questions when we did that.
You can always go back to it, Gary.
The one and only giveaway I've done, the person that won never claimed their prize, so it ended up going to somebody else.
Well, then technically, the second person won and claimed their prize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Rob was playing for Coop, and he won. Coop never claimed his prize. Gary was playing for Krabby, so I just awarded it to the second place person because Coop never claimed it.
Because you don't like Coop. We see how it is.
Dude, I gave him almost a month.
Maybe he was busy.
Yeah. Doing like
He
cool
was-
2A stuff. Unlike Rich, who's just playing Wii hockey, getting Wii hockey elbow.
He's got arthritis now.
They think it might be arthritic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had me go through a bunch of blood tests
It's called
on my birthday, no less.
It's called Wii onset arthritis or something like that.
It's possible.
Do you know who won my first giveaway ever?
Midnight Range.
I did because we've talked about it before, and I cannot remember.
This will be a hard one to guess. You don't see him very often.
Mr. Knives?
No.
Pink Penny for 93.
Surprisingly, I don't think that one's ever won.
I don't think so either.
Even though Gary Obnoxious brings them up every week. Makes you wonder if that's not one of Obnoxious's alternate emails, doesn't it?
He's from Texas. There's your first hint.
Rob with his milkshake.
It's not a salad.
I know, right?
It's from Texas.
It's green.
I'm just going to go a little.
Of course, there's several people out there from Texas. So
Yes, there are.
The immediate thought's Clover.
no.
NEA?
You said you
but
don't see them. You see
You don't
Clover
see him
everywhere.
very often. Used to, but you don't see him.
Well, I wasn't sure if he meant just in Gary's chat.
Yeah, don't see him in Gary's
This
chat.
guy
very often,
does shorts on his channel where he shows color by numbers things where he colors them in. If you subscribe to his channel, you'd know who I'm talking about.
I have no
won't know who it is.
friggin' idea now.
No idea now. I was Steven Sheets, but he's from Maryland.
Yoder.
Oh, Yoder, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Wasn't he just out there a week or two ago?
I don't know. Was he?
You hardly ever see him anymore.
I could have
He was on
sworn
some. He was in
Gary
somebody's
called out his name.
chat. He
Yeah,
was on somebody's chat a couple weeks ago. Yeah. I don't
I-
know if it was Gary's.
no, I think it was.
It's
Woods is trying to summon Clover.
Yeah.
Did he say 22, 22, 22?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's 22 LR, 22 RLR, 22 LR. Actually, you're allowed to swear in the panel. Just don't make a habit. We do it enough on the panel.
You talking to me, Rich?
You may be one of the culprits.
Fuck you!
See?
See?
Just prove my point.
That felt good to get that out, too. It's been a while since I said fuck you or anything to you. But watch your language, dang it. Mini Wayne
I
is
didn't
out
say it,
there.
You did.
You twisted my arm
It's hard to do over hundreds of miles,
with your arthritis arm.
yeah, especially with that arm.
see what you started. Now we have swearing out there in the chat.
By the way, just random question. Did anybody on this panel happen to send me 2 physical copies of books from
I
Amazon
did
recently?
I did
Because-
not.
Nope.
Still have yet to figure out who sent these.
Was it
And
Woods?
no, I asked Woods. He said no.
Talking about the scratch and sniff pornos.
Somebody sent me. Damn, fucking mailman probably took those. Dadgummit.
If so, that definitely wasn't for me.
It's all right. Pages are probably stuck together by now anyway.
Well, if somebody wants to resend those, you know,
They're in sticky braille.
Mhm.
I don't know if you want them then.
Wow.
oh, you can really feel the nipples in this magazine.
Wow.
You know, if the book's sticky, it might not be for the reasons that you might think it might be sticky. It could be something that you don't want to touch.
It just bookmarks a good spot.
Let the record show that Rich went there.
Oh wow, this is a special Licka page. Why is this so salty? Oh god.
God.
I almost had said that.
Oh.
This girl must have ate a lot of pork.
Oh.
You guys are horrible.
There's Defense Dad. He of the 9 wins on Gizzard Gary's show.
Mhm. You gotta watch to win.
And the truck without a bed. Yes.
And one of the organizers of Thunder on the Prairie.
Of all the guys in the world, you'd think Defense Dad would have a bed,
Right?
considering what he does for a living.
So Rob, how do we get you to go to Thunder on the Prairie?
Probably not gonna happen.
What if they put tube steak on the menu?
No.
You get a salad. with
Actually,
that,
they
I'm
do.
sure.
They'll get a big pack from Costco and
Mhm.
make it.
Rob likes his salads with tube
As long
steak.
as it's. Oh wait, hold on. Is that going to be the actual Costco brand hot dogs, the Jewish ones?
I think they were. They was because I think they got the hot dogs. I'm not sure if they got the hamburgers from Costco.
Because
thought
I've
they
never
got
gotten to try the Costco hot dogs, and I always hear like they're friggin' awesome. And yeah,
Good.
would not mind trying one. But I mean, the closest Costco to me is I think Pittsburgh or Cleveland. So
They don't have one up in Erie?
Nope.
Not at Sam's Club either?
No, they got Sam's Club.
Oh, Sam's Club, you can get the Nathan's in the pack like that for cheap. Big ones
Yeah, but
like
that's not the Jewish hot dogs.
No, but they're good.
Let's say so are Smiths, but they're still not Jewish.
So
I want
get
the kosher
Hebrew
hot dog,
Nationals.
dang it. Thank you, that's what it is.
He wants the ones without the tips.
I want my hot dog uncircumcised.
We drove by a Hyundai because we were talking the gun show. We were somehow got talking about the fence dad and his pickup truck, right? Me, Kingpin, and Krabby, and my wife's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Well, if we see one, I'll show you." Because it's basically, I told her it's a car without a trunk, without a trunk lid on the trunk, and we just happened to drive by a Hyundai lot on our way to Sam's Club on our way home. It was like, there, that's what he has. And she looked at it and it's like, that's not a pickup truck. She's like, that's a car without a deck lid. And I was like, yep, that's what I said.
So a hatchback.
No, it's not a hatchback. It just is missing the deck lid, period.
It's a wannabe Ranchero. You might call it a Ranchito
Uh-huh.
or something.
Yeah, my son said the Ford Maverick is the El Camino to that thing's Ranchero. Yeah, if you can fit that much into that little bed. It's a tiny little thing. Not that big. What says Hyundai is Korean for American buy weird shit? Well, maybe the Ford Maverick, but it certainly looks smaller than the one on the Ford Maverick. My wife wants one of those Ford Mavericks.
Hyundai is Korean for Kia.
No, Kia is Korean for Hyundai.
Yeah, I've looked at those Mavericks. Not like complete, but been next to a few of them. They use them for. They got a couple of them here, city vehicles, and damn, man, they look kind of flimsy to me. I don't know, like even the rear shock. I mean, everything on that thing is just bitty. Like I remember.
Yeah, it's a pickup truck based on the Ford Escape SUV is what it is.
And that Datsun, that older truck, looked like it would handle more than this new Maverick. You know, I don't know. And it's the same type of size truck and everything. So it's just, gosh, I don't know. I don't know where the attraction is. I'd support American, but I think I'd have more interest in like a Toyota or a Nissan small pickup.
I agree with Woods. I don't have any idea why they called it a Maverick.
I don't know either.
The
You'd
Mavericks
think they would
were
bring
not
back the
trucks.
Ranchero name. Yeah, because the Maverick was a little car. It wasn't a.
Yeah, I had a Maverick. Woods had a Maverick too.
Scotsman's out there proving the rule about swearing, apparently. Ashley must have told him and he comes in swearing.
They say he's not even the first to swear tonight.
No.
Yeah, I just don't see the draw for those Mavericks. I mean, or the Broncos, how everybody was paying over book for them and all this crap. I mean, they're like everywhere now. It seems like you can't go anywhere without seeing a Bronco. Lost its differentness, or, you know, I got what you don't have-ness, or whatever the hell people were going for. But shit, I wouldn't pay the normal price, let alone pay over the price for that damn thing.
Well, she wants the Maverick because she has the Escape, and it's basically the pickup truck version, and all the controls and everything are identical.
Scotsman wants a link.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it.
He prefers to swear in person.
Uh-huh.
It's much more impactful if you do.
Yeah,
Well, it's more personal.
That's right.
yeah, definitely. Oops, hit the wrong.
That way you don't have to figure out how to spell shit.
Uh-huh. Damn, I did it again.
SHIT. Shit.
SHITE. Shite.
You
Shiza.
shithead. Scheisskopf.
FHIST. Schist.
Shiza.
Every kid's favorite rock to learn in geology.
No, my grandfather, if you were a kid, he called you a dummkopf. If you were an adult, he called you a Scheisskopf. One means shithead and the other one means dumbhead. It was some of the only German he knew because his grandfather wouldn't teach him German, so he had to speak English. So apparently his grandfather must have called a lot of people dummkopfs and Scheisskopfs. I'm not going to argue with Defense Dead on his latest comment about the between the Maverick and the Santa Cruz.
He's got a point there, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's overpriced.
Yeah, the mileage on them. My wife's Escape, she gets anywhere between 30 to 32 miles per gallon on the highway with that thing.
I'm going to drive my Jeep till the wheels fall off, and then I might get new wheels once that happens. It's only got 72,000 on it. To our government says we all have to have electric cars, in which case we're screwed around here because nobody's got chargers. So
Yeah,
good luck
right.
with that.
Yeah. Hey, Scotsman.
What's going on, fellas?
It's happening.
Just,
Oh, you know, we just got done with the chat and YouTube removed it.
Oh, they did. Oh,
Must have
what,
got
they pop you for Daniel's attempt to disguise his handgun as a piece of paper.
Yeah, they hit me for firearms violation. So,
oh man.
Oh my God, I was joking when I said it.
dude, we barely ended it and boom. Yep.
Damn.
Oh well,
Was Daniel or Alan at the end?
could be either.
Okay.
Alan's
literally
put that on
other
every
week.
show though in the last year.
Every other week they hit us, dude.
That's better than me having one taken down because the gun snob sent a picture into the show of him holding a pistol, and I put that picture on the screen. YouTube thought it was somebody holding a gun on the live stream. Took me down.
I can legitimately say I have not had a show taken down live on air as of yet.
Would you like to have one taken down? We can
No, I'd
work
rather
on
not.
that.
I can make it happen.
Wouldn't take much.
You know, if Ron Wayne goes live with his channel members chat, I guess we could do it that way.
And
Honestly, it probably only takes about 2 to 3 inches.
3, 2.
Gary's almost had one taken down because somebody was showing body parts that they shouldn't show on his show.
Oh, that's happened to a lot of people, though.
Well, I know you've had it happen twice, I think.
Yeah, and I believe I ended up taking those down anyway before I got strikes over them.
One was on your Sunday show, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we were
and then
talking,
Go Good.
We were talking a lot about the COOF, and I kind of figured I'd probably get taken down for the COOF, and we got taken down for a firearms violation.
I don't think they really care about the COVID shit anymore.
Yeah. I'll have to look and see exactly what the time slot is and what it says. Doesn't say, it never says in the email.
No.
Woods is talking about Instagram out there. They didn't take them down so much as they told me that my channel can't be promoted outside of my followers. So nobody who's on Instagram, if you're not a follower of mine, you won't see any of my content because I have dangerous pocket knives.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, and
I
three of
have
them,
dangerous. I
three
have
of them were
tanks.
basically Kyle showing off a knife at SHOT Show. 3 of the
Good
4.
Lord.
Yeah.
I have tanks on my Instagram page.
Yeah, I got banned on Instagram years ago, man. I still have the one, which is my business account, but past that, I'm banned on Instagram. They banned me for sharing too much truth about the COOF.
See, I got one tank destroyer and multiple tanks and an attack helicopter, and they're all fully operational. But a knife gets taken down? What the hell kind of nonsense is this? What about Mr. Knives, Woods? That's a great question. He can't even go over on Instagram. He'll get banned just for being there.
Facebook ain't much better, by the way.
No.
Well, it's all one and the same, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same company. It's
It's
Meta.
all one and the same. They just they do what they want to do. There's no rhyme or reason.
No.
At least Elon lets you do it.
Yeah, but Elon doesn't let you say murderers should get the death penalty.
I've never tried that.
No, I did. I got
Well,
banned for it.
If he's all about free speech, he should let you say what the hell you want to fucking say.
I know. I got banned for it right before he switched the name from Twitter to X.
Yeah, it's just his free speech, you know?
I haven't been on there, in all honesty. So I had an account years back, but I haven't been on there since it all switched over, and I'd probably get banned in an instant too. But
Yeah, but all this shit that I said about Muslims on there and gun content I posted and stuff like that never got popped for that. Nope. Say murderers should get the death penalty and boom, popped for violent chat.
But all these fuckers, I don't care whether they're Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, Twitter, whatever, these major social media companies, they're gonna coddle to the damn left. We aren't gonna make any headway there unless you're making them money. So your people that have like 8 billion subs and are making YouTube money, they look the other way. But most of us regular peons that just try to put content out there that we're interested in, you're not going to get away with it. So, basically you're playing in the other people's backyard, and it's horse crap, but that's the way it is, folks. That's the world we live in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That doesn't mean we should shut up, but it means we have to go out of our way to be, to be heard sometimes.
no, and that's the thing, Gary. We got to try harder. We got to push harder. We got to do more in order to be heard. We have to do a lot more to make it get out there.
That's right.
Because that's the issue. Is it's constantly shut down, and when we're fighting against this kind of thing, it's literally what we're dealing with. We're literally fighting against this. Is we have to push harder to get ourselves heard.
And the hell of it is, what are we doing that everybody's against us for? We're not trying to take down the government. We're not trying to hurt anybody. We're just trying to live our lives and enjoy the freedoms the Constitution gave us. That's the evil things that we're doing. And then they accuse us of stuff we didn't do, like trying to pander to children, trying to incite violence and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. The
Well-
craziest. Oh, good. Go ahead, Scotsman.
I was gonna say, you look at January 6th. They call it an insurrection. My question to you and to everyone else would be: how can it be an insurrection when the people have the right to go against anything that goes against the Constitution? That is not an insurrection. And when
No,
it is
not-
our house, not
Well, the
theirs.
government's going to call it an insurrection because it's against the government, in the sake, and at that point, you're going to end up in a civil war if the government wants to fight back. But if it doesn't go any further, then they're going to call it an insurrection and say it was a small uprising trying to overthrow the government or something. That's how you got an insurrection.
Well, what about 4 years earlier when Trump got elected and all these Democrats were out on the streets with their protest signs, setting fires, all kinds of stuff, and we didn't, exclude them from social media. They didn't get put in jail.
No,
They
they-
didn't get jack squat done to them.
Yeah, they committed a hell of a lot more violence than the handful of people that were breaking windows. One of them known to be an Antifa operative trying to get people.
How many
Busted,
people
one
have
of
you
them
saw at a
potentially
2A
being
rally
FBI.
setting trash on fire and,
Well,
vandalizing
one
parks?
of my biggest issues with that whole thing is they were literally invited in.
Yep.
In.
Yeah, the Capitol Hill police were holding the doors open.
So it's not an insurrection when you're literally invited.
And the worst thing about what happened to me on Twitter/X on my first account, because I've since put up a second account, right before I got banned.
If we jump into the whole, what was her name again that got shot?
Ashley Babbitt.
Alicia or what was it?
Ashley Babbitt.
Ashley Babbitt. The agent that shot her, dude, that guy was quick on the trigger, and he was way quick on the trigger, and he clearly didn't know what he was doing.
No,
That was unjustified, in my opinion. Straight unjustified.
there was no
there was
justification
no
for that
reason for
shooting.
it whatsoever. Again, he was quick on the trigger to the point where there's no reason for it. Period. None.
No justification how. I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. There's probably a bunch of radio traffic going on saying that this, that, and the other thing's happening. He's in a panic thinking, oh shit, we're under attack. There's this insurrection going on. And then she comes crawling through a friggin' window.
Yeah,
If somebody comes crawling through a window in your home, and I
was
realize we're talking about a government building versus your home, but nonetheless, if somebody was come crawling through your window in your home, are you going to wait to see if they're armed, or are you just going to pop them?
it's not your home, and this was known.
But again, given what radio traffic that guy was probably hearing and everything else,
You gotta let anybody else. Like there was other officers right beside her, man. Right.
If
And
you pay attention to the video of what this guy did, the second he drew, his finger was already there. There was no hesitancy whatsoever. He was on it, pulled the trigger. And
if you're pulling your gun in self-defense, shouldn't you have your finger on the trigger?
for
What-
what was going on,
Nobody else
no.
felt threatened that was there with the guy, though. He's the only one that pulled his gun and shot.
Why couldn't he have just snatched her up, hand her off to the other officers? She wasn't armed.
That's like anything else where we say, oh, why couldn't they just tase her? And then we sit back as people who are rational and we go, well, the person was coming at this officer with a knife. Why would he just tase her? Or, anything
Well,
else?
that's an armed
But-
person in that case.
but we're still talking about
if she'd had a knife or
Thousands
gun
of
in her hand,
people
yes.
at the Capitol. We don't know what the radio traffic was, all that. And somebody's coming through the window now. With the guy's mindset,
And here's the part you're missing, Barbecue. There were other officers there with him. He is the only one that drew and fired.
Okay.
There was other cops within arm reach of her on the same side she was that were not concerned with her actions. All on video.
You mean on the outside?
Nothing. There was no reason. There was zero.
Time out. I'm trying to find out. So you're saying on the outside, Rob?
Right next to her, within like arm.
And so we know for sure that he knew those officers were on the outside?
I don't know.
I would assume
Right next to her?
so, since
Exactly.
He was looking out windows at him.
See through the glass. I mean, there was a bunch of people there, but either way, it doesn't matter. It's
Pay attention to what the video showed. There was
Right.
no reason.
Scotsman, I'm not even going to listen to you. You think the fucking Titanic was sank on purpose and math is fake. So
Oh, let's not even go there. We've covered that one enough on that episode. But yeah, honestly, if you look at the video, you see other officers are not just outside. There's other officers in the hallway with him. He's the only one that felt the need to draw his weapon and fire at her.
but again, he perceived a threat.
And
No,
none of the officers did.
But
What does that tell you?
Just because nobody else perceives the threat, does
Yeah,
that still make him
matters a
wrong?
lot when the person isn't armed. Invisibly, you can see them not being armed.
Coming through a window, it doesn't matter. We're just going around in circles here.
I mean, if she would have had a crowbar in her hand, you could, under the deal with the police and being
If
able to
you really
escalate that.
If-
But she had nothing in her hands.
If you really watch the video, there was no threat.
Yeah, and if I watched a video on why the Titanic was sunk on purpose to kill 3 people, that's all true too.
Take it for what you want, man.
I'm gonna believe whatever you want to believe, man.
I mean,
No, all I'm saying is, you can Monday morning quarterback it, but until you're in the situation,
yeah.
like
you
I said,
can
all we're going to do is keep going around in circles here because I'm repeating the same thing. You guys are repeating the same thing. So it's kind of pointless at this point.
The guy literally was fucking on the trigger way faster.
Again, Scotsman, if you pull your gun in self-defense, are you not going to be on the trigger? Or are you going to have your...
You shouldn't
Well,
even pull.
So what is your argument? Because if he's pulling his gun because he perceives a threat, he should have his finger on the trigger then.
I'm not gonna fire at someone that doesn't have something in their fucking hands, dude. She literally had nothing. She was literally unarmed. The guy had no fucking reason to fire, period. None. I await your fucking response because literally there was no reason for him
Because
to
there's
fire.
dozens of other fucking
Period.
examples where we can bring up where somebody didn't have a weapon, where officers still shot somebody, and then people are still like, oh no, that officer was in the right. And these are people that are on the two-way side. So you can't have it both ways. Like,
Okay, you brought it up.
what
Name
we're
one.
going back to
No,
here
honestly,
is
you brought
what
it
he
up.
perceived.
Name one. Name one,
If-
Barbecue. You brought it up.
The,
Unguided weapon on her where she was a direct threat. Yes, I can understand it, but there was zero, absolutely fucking zero.
and again, we go back to the radio traffic, what's going on. He's hearing all these people are breaking into the Capitol building, everything else. What's he to think? That this is going to be a peaceful person that's coming through a window?
Again, he jumped on the fucking trigger faster than he should have.
And again, you're just Monday morning quarterbacking it. Because again, if somebody's coming through my window, I'm popping them.
Dude.
If somebody's coming through my window, I'm popping them.
And you're accusing Scotsman of Monday morning quarterbacking this. You're doing the same exact thing.
No. Long before we got this going, I said I'm
you're
going to play devil.
speculating in Monday
Well,
morning
you fucking let me
quarterbacking.
finish.
No, let me finish.
No, you can
You're the
cut
one
me off, Rich.
interrupting me.
No, you cut me off.
You cut me off. I
I'm in
wasn't
the
done
middle of fucking
talking.
talking, Rich.
Shut up. Don't pull a squib.
No, fuck you.
No, see, you're pulling a squib.
How am I fucking pulling a squib? I was
That's what
fucking
squib
talking, and then
does.
you just, no, you're fucking.
No,
If you hadn't
cut
finished
me
my
off.
fucking sentence.
I was talking right after
No, I was in the
Scotsman.
middle of a fucking
And you
sentence,
said
Rich.
Monday
You
morning
just go,
quarterbacking.
you're Monday morning.
You accused-
What I'm
No,
trying to
shut
say
up.
is one
Shut
fucking
the fuck
thing.
up or I'll shut you up.
Shut me up then, motherfucker.
Okay. Anyway,
God damn.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, he accuses somebody of being Monday morning quarterback, and you point out, well, that's what you're doing too. And then he cuts you off and says you cut him off. And
Wow. I think he was being a little unreasonable there. Like just my opinion. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on.
yeah, I accused him of doing exactly what he was accusing the Scotsman of doing, and he didn't like it very much, I guess.
He don't like what I gotta say. That's his fucking problem, dude.
Well, it wasn't just you this time. This wasn't the Titanic situation where you
No,
were the one going
he
on.
was attacking
He
everybody.
had three
man,
of us
and you know
telling
what?
him. Yeah.
Whatever, man.
I mean, you can disagree, but it's how you go about it. You should at least be willing to listen and try to comprehend the other side. Maybe just I'll finish this later. Let me go look at it for myself. Something,
Mhm.
If you got nothing to back it up with, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, and I asked him to cite one thing. He said there are multiple cases where the police have done this before, and we defended them. I was like, okay, name one? Didn't name one of them. So, yeah, Chris, if you think that was wild, me and Barbecue have had bigger blowups than that before. That one was just due because it had been a while.
So what the hell were we talking about before all that?
Hell, I don't even remember.
I
Well,
missed the last one. At least I was here for this one.
Yeah, but I was going to say the worst thing about my getting banned on Twitter at the time was I had just gotten somebody who subscribed to my channel over there. And I went to look, and I'll look and see what their content is, see if it's somebody I want to follow back. It was a tranny going in women's bathrooms and jerking off in the bathrooms. That was allowed, but me saying murderers should get the death penalty wasn't. That other one is a clear-cut crime. So, whenever you hear somebody tell you criminal activity isn't allowed on Twitter, they're full of shit.
They definitely wouldn't want me on Twitter then or anything like that. So,
Well, you go in women's bathrooms and jerk off in the bathroom?
no, but that's the point in paying for the junkies, the criminals, like the way the jails are now. You can get radios, TVs, tablets, freaking. They got, accounts where you can get jewelry, you can get all types of shit, and it's supposed to be freaking prison, man. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, you got people in jails that have been out robbing people, killing people, all this, raping people that are living better than people on the freaking street these days. Like our poor people that are just getting by, got a job, they can't even afford a place to live. These other people are doing better than them sitting in jail. Like the way the system's set up, I think we're just hurting ourselves. Like it's a revolving door. They're in and out. There's an excuse if you fucked up your life. People get credit to hire you, all this other bullshit. Like, oh hell no, they got to stop this shit. Like, you cross a certain line, it's a lot cheaper just not to give you anything and let you naturally die. I don't want to pay for your shit.
Well, you're a cheap fucker, so that's obvious. I mean,
Yeah,
you eat fucking salads.
It banned me without any, shit, half my comments.
Defense Dad's out there trying to restart the hot dog debate, whether a hot dog is a sandwich or not. He says not a sandwich. And Ozzy rather says it is, and Gary says it is. So you're outvoted.
That's already been decided years ago on Midnight Ranges. Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as, what's the favorite, candy?
Best candy bar.
Yeah. Slim Jim. Everybody knows that.
And then everybody was posting it. Yeah, Too Hottie just absolutely had a conniption fit. Didn't he eventually quit YouTube because of the Slim Jim thing. I
Yeah,
think
I
that
think
was the
so.
catalyst that set him off.
I think so. Yeah, he was never the same after that night.
No. He was a little weird before that, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I mean he wasn't hard to get going in the first place. That was
No.
kind of the fun of it. I mean, once you got past the first round, because he was throwing such a fit that it was even on the bracket in the first place, and then he almost went ballistic when it went past the first round, and from then on it was just pretty much let's do this to piss Stu Hottie off, and you knew it was going to happen after that.
What the hell happened to Midnight TM?
Oh, don't know.
Don't
But-
greatly know. He just stopped doing stuff. Doesn't
Well, he's
respond to
running a
anybody.
restaurant, so probably just doesn't have time to do anything.
No, he doesn't respond to text or anything either.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he
Why, he
respond
doesn't
to
like
shit.
you.
I ain't seen him in forever.
Yeah, he only likes one person, and that's Ghost, evidently. That's the only person he's ever wrote back to. A bunch of us had texted with him in the past. I've sent him emails. I've sent him text. I sent him instant messages on Instagram.
I've talked to him on the phone. Like,
Yeah, I've
Jesus,
sent him
dude.
all kinds of stuff. I never have nothing back from him. I mean, the last time I saw him was when I was in Pennsylvania, and that was a few years back now.
I mean, it'd be different if it was just somebody I knew, just a little bit. But at one time, I would have considered one of my best friends on here. And it's like, he's gone. Like he's in the witness protection program or something.
That's what Defense Dad said. That's why I just put up on the screen. He said he gave Gordon Ramsay a scathing review and had to go into hiding.
Well, something happened or whatever. I'd understand that, but to my knowledge or public knowledge, that doesn't seem to be the case. So, I mean, yeah.
Well, occasionally you will see him comment on other people's posts on Instagram, so we know he's still alive.
So, I mean, if he's just giving people the cold shoulder, then, yeah, take that for what it is. Yeah. Stop worrying about him.
Maybe he don't like guns no more. Oh,
That's what Wood said. Wood said Pancake hates guns now. Yeah, Cycle Camp, that's another guy. Hasn't been around for a while.
no, he does occasionally do stuff, but
Well, maybe I got unsubs from him again. like I
he
did
pretty
with,
much started
Ron Wayne.
concentrating on other things. I think he's picked up an extra hobby or two that he's concentrating on. Sort of like people who do nothing but pocket knife shorts and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
It's just easier. I'm sorry. I can't get people to send me guns, but I can get them to send me pocket knives.
That guy could sure sing some Elvis, I'll tell you that much.
Now, I had the chance to actually sit and talk with Cycle Camp a time or two. He is very knowledgeable on things, especially old antique weapons. And he would come to Wanamaker with a list written on a piece of paper of stuff he was looking for. He would go out one afternoon and find everything on his list. He just had that kind of eye for guns and stuff like that.
Yeah, Woods also brings up Dead Horse. I ain't seen him in a while either.
Not in a long, long time.
All right, Rich. So you went to the what was it? The Great American Gun
The
Show.
Great American Outdoor Show. Yeah.
Yeah, the Great American Outdoor Show. What was the best thing you saw, And what was the worst thing you saw?
Best thing? Are we talking gun wise or period throughout the whole show?
Just overall, what was the best thing you saw? And overall, what was the worst thing you saw?
I'll tell you, for best thing, I'll tell you what the funniest thing I saw was. My wife wanted to go watch the dog diving competition, where they throw the float toy into the water and the dogs have to jump off the pier and go get it. And they had the training session before that. And there was this one puppy. The woman would get the dog all excited to go jump for the toy. She'd throw the toy and the dog would stand there looking at her like she was stupid. It was freaking hilarious as hell. It looked like one of those animal comedy routines, but it wasn't. It was absolutely funny as hell. And the woman at one point almost jumps in the water herself to go show the dog what to do. And then there was another one, same vein. It was a guy this time trying to train his puppy. And no joke, it looked like the puppy was getting ready to push him in and then backed off at the end before it did. But that was probably some of the best right there, was just watching the dogs be silly and be dogs. And then the actual competition, some of those dogs in the higher tier competition, they could jump all the way across that pool almost. It was crazy how far these dogs were jumping. You see it on TV and then you see it in person, and it's like, in person, it just looks even that more impressive. Coolest thing? Dude, it's what you said. It's got to be Dirty Harry's 2019. What the hell am I can't get anything right today. 29. That I was not expecting as soon as I walked in the gun room up the hallway from where the media room was to be the first firearms scene at the show. I mean, that was the first thing I saw, and I was like, holy shit, when I saw it. And they had it at the antique gun show we went to yesterday too. The same group of people had it on display there. So Kingpin and Krabby got to see it yesterday.
Yeah, there's nothing like a 29, man.
No.
That 29 will change your world.
Another cool thing, right? Before the show started, every morning there was music playing, in the gun room. Walked around, I think it was the second day me and Amy were there. It was coming from a Polaris. The stereo on that Polaris was loud enough you heard it in the entire gun room. Now, give you an idea how big the gun room was. Imagine 4 gymnasiums side by side by side. Basketball gymnasiums that could be split into 2 courts each. So you're talking 6 basketball courts in size, basically. And this Polaris in the far corner could be heard all the way over in the diagonal corner from it. They had a hell of a stereo system on that damn side by side. Dumbest thing I saw.
Players sitting on 22s.
I don't know. I didn't measure them.
It
It had some big wheels on it. I knew where you were going with that. I guess it'll be the one if the gangster was going to buy a 22 Polaris, that'll be the one they get. But I'm trying to think what the dumbest thing.
Hey, Rich,
there
I'm
were-
going to have to jump off here.
Okay, is
All
Ron
right.
going live?
Yeah.
Is Ron okay?
All right. Thanks for having me, man.
Yep. Catch you later.
Still
Still trying
Later, Gary.
Man, dumbest thing. Here was. I don't know, really. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that just didn't pique my interest this year. There's all stuff that I had seen before or something I just really didn't give a shit about. One of the dumb things is people letting their dogs who were in the competition, because the only dogs that were allowed in this year were the competition dogs. And you'd be walking down a hallway and there'd just be a pile of dog shit laying there. So I guess the dumbest thing is seeing people not smart enough to clean up after their goddamn dog.
There was dog shit in the middle of the alley.
Yeah, just you'd be walking down each build there. The way that the farm complex is set up, if you've never been there, it's a bunch of smaller buildings that are connected by hallways. And you'd just be walking down one of those connecting hallways and there would be a random pile of dog shit laying there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, especially since they had signs up, clean up after your dogs all over the place. So, yeah, I guess that would be the dumbest thing I saw, just people being rude like that. I know there was one cop that was throwing a fit because he was chasing somebody who had taken something from one of the vendors without paying for it. And he stepped in a pile and fell on his ass because of somebody not cleaning up after their dog when he was chasing the guy.
Sounds like a shitty deal.
Oh, real shitty deal. The guy had to be helped off and taken to the first aid area. Possibly sprained his ankle or more. And you can tell the cop was in pain.
I'm shocked they wouldn't be, on top of that type of stuff, I guess. Because you'd figure, a place like that with that many people, it's.
Oh, that's the problem, is that many people going through a narrow space. Because those hallways weren't very big.
But you'd figure there'd be people looking for stuff like that. I mean, even just, spilled water or anything like that, so. And then just, allowing your dog to do that, yeah, you'd also think that would be like, instant disqualification or some shit like that.
Yeah, there should have been some consequence for it.
Something.
If they catch the person, that is. But by the way, they did catch the thief, by the way. There was other cops that were waiting for him at the other end of the hallway.
Now, are you sure this was dog shit and it wasn't people from San Francisco?
No, this is dog shit. You know damn well you ain't going to see people from San Francisco at an outdoor show, Rob.
Hold on. Stop. What's the difference? San Francisco dog shit. What's the difference?
In the end, not much. But the difference is that you know damn well people from San Francisco ain't going to be at an outdoor show. Well, unless they're homeless buying tents, but there weren't any tents in the gun room, so. That stuff was all in the camping room at the other end from where this happened.
So what's going on out in the chat?
Nothing. Chat died. But I emailed that company about whether they get their part, make all their parts themselves, Scotsman, on those AR-15s, after you asked me about that, and I never got a response back yet. So I can just go on what I saw on them. I don't know. And like I said, when I replied to you on that video, I thought about that after I started editing the video. By that point, it was too late to ask in person. Anybody got any?
A few folks out there saying they missed that horse. Yeah, we all do.
Yep.
Not sure what's going on with him, but we all miss him. There's a bunch of you guys out there that we all miss. It's been a hot minute since we've seen some of you. So if you're out there and for whatever reason you ain't posting, just let us know, man. Got something going on, need some help or whatever, just let us know. We'll do what we can to help you. But
Yeah, it's like Jason Stewart in a situation with his mother. That's why he hasn't been on the show lately.
you know, don't fucking hide if you got shit going on or whatever. Just let us know. We all stick together. We all try to help each other. So don't ever sit back there and think that it's a bad thing for you to say, I need some help. Because if we can help you, we'll help you. And you all know me, and you all know that majority of us out here in this community will all step up to the plate and will help. So you got an issue, you got a problem, whatever, just fucking say it and we'll do what we can.
Absolutely. Well, who did win the holster, by the way? I never did get a chance to ask you.
Which holster?
No, you broke up there for a minute. What'd you say?
I said, which holster? You're talking about
The
someone
one, the Lakeview one that I got through Craft Holsters for you.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video to figure that out.
Okay. I didn't know if you were like Gary and kept a spreadsheet. Gary would have a spreadsheet and pulled it up, and he knew exactly. That guy keeps a spreadsheet on everything.
Dude, I got fucking spreadsheets and you fucking name it for all kinds of shit.
Mm-hmm. I assume with reloading that would help a lot. Make it easy to keep track of what loads or what, you know.
If you've never had a channel, if you've never done this, if you've never been dealing with constant video and dealing with constant contact with other people, guys, you got no idea what's going on. And I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but literally it's a huge pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something that I say is a pain in the ass because it's a pain in the ass. It's just a pain in the ass because it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I've told
But
my wife numerous
we chose pain in the ass because we do this because we want to do this.
Yeah.
And
I've told my wife. Oh, sorry, thought you were done. Go ahead.
I'm never going to tell you that it's a bad thing that I did this because I chose it. So not pain in my ass that I chose it. I own it and I deal with it. It's just a lot to deal with on a day-to-day basis when you have a lot going on.
I tell Amy all the time, it's not physically draining doing this stuff, but it can be mentally draining.
I literally have no issue with everybody out here. And Gun and Barbecue got his head up his ass for whatever reason, and that's whatever, you know. But in general, I have no problem with people out here. We come into different conflicts with certain things and deal with certain things. We fight with certain things. But I think in general, we all are on the same page as far as what it means to be an American, is what it means to be a Republican, is what it means to be a republic. And by God all fucking mighty, it is a republic. It is nothing less, nothing more. It is a republic. I don't care who the fuck you are. It is a republic. It is not a fucking communist place. It is not this, that, the other. It is a republic, period. Whether you like that, don't like that, that's your issue, not my issue. But in general, majority of us appreciate what we have. We love this country. We understand what this country means and stands for. And that's where we're at.
Faust, what do you got going on there? Space Battleship Yamamoto?
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder how many people out there in the chat know what that is.
I think Tim Allen, but he's not out there.
Excuse
He
for a
knows.
bad,
What was that, Rob?
said a sad excuse for a battleship.
Yamamoto was the most powerful, or Yamato was the most powerful battleship built during World War II.
Yeah, but this is some space thing.
No, it's the Yamato turned into a spaceship.
Yeah, that's no good, man.
It has a
You
wave
ever watched
motion
it?
gun.
Yeah. You ever watch it?
No, but
Okay, then you don't know.
I know a bit about, spaceships, and that's no good. We've been on this before, me and Foss, so I understand it's what they had. They built it up, and it's good. But if you had your choice, there's better classes out there.
Like what?
Well, you could say like a Corvette class for one.
That's a battleship. Corvette's smaller than a battleship, Rob.
Right, but the speed, the stealth, you could do a lot more fun stuff than just cruise around. Yeah.
Battleships ain't built for stealth, man.
All right, I'm just saying you're missing out on the fun stuff.
It was travel. It was retrofitted to travel to a far off star to save planet Earth.
It's a situation where you use what you got.
Is there an Aerosmith song or something that goes along with it?
No.
No, but this would have came out during the height of their initial popularity. It came out a while ago.
Yeah, Scotsman's whole thing, I'd say, there's a community. There's a lot of people out here that don't mind helping out, but obviously you got to say something. People can't read read your mind. But also, most likely, I'm going to assume in this community, there's a lot of people that could probably use some help that don't ask because of their pride. So, yeah, keep an eye on your buddies, check in on people, be courteous.
You're 110% correct, man. I'm one of those guys. I'm never going to ask you guys for help. I'm one of those that will sit there and do what I got to do because that's just who I am. But if you are so willing to do so and you think you can and you want to and you have my information and you want to help out, fantastic. But I'm never going to ask. That's just not me. I'm just not that way. I was literally raised on a farm. I was raised to be hard. I was raised to be a certain way, and that's just me. That's just how I am. Most folks will never understand how that is, and that's okay. But again, I was raised on a farm, and when you're raised on a farm and you're raised in a certain way, you're raised that way. And the majority of people out here will never understand that. That's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. So don't take it that way because, in this generation, people take it things like that in a bad way. Don't take it in a bad way. It's not a thing. It's just a simple understanding of I was raised different than you. I was raised to be a hard ass motherfucker, and that's just how I was raised. And there are certain things that I will do that most people will never do. And that's okay. So you do you, I do me. And this is how it is. We'll never be the same. There's nothing wrong with that. What I have a problem with is when someone comes across and says, okay, you want to be this, I want to be this, and then now we have a conflict. You don't get to tell me what I am or what I'm not. Period. I am who I am. I am who I will be. There is nothing less, nothing more. You're not telling me what I get to be. That is the beauty of our country. The beauty of what we have here is we have that freedom. When we say God bless America, when we say these things of I hold it near and dear, that is something that means something to us. It's not a small thing. And a lot of people out there take it as a small thing, and to me, I will never take it that way. And you can call me wrong all you want, but fuck you and fuck you all. I've been here. I fucking fought for it. I fucking did every goddamn thing I had to do to be here, and you can all kiss my ass. Because I fought for it and I fucking love it. And you can think it's a small thing, but to me, it's not a small thing. When I say it means something to me, it means something to me.
Yeah. The problem is you got people that are born here and they take it for granted. You had to work for it, and people don't get your point of view because they never had to. It was just handed to them.
It's not been an easy fight, brother, and that's the thing.
Oh
man.
no, I know.
You
That's
know,
why
and-
when my wife and I were looking for a congratulations card for you, I picked the one I did because it had that hill that you had to climb symbolized on the front of that card. You know.
No, and man, folks, you don't understand. It's a tough thing to say, but you really don't understand what it takes. And Rich was kind enough to send me a card, and let me say, Rick and his wife, because I want to make perfect clear, Rick and his wife sent me a card. And I appreciate that more than you guys know. Because that was something that was something that most folks will never understand. And as simple as it is, as simple as it was something that said, thank you.
I thought it was more of a job get well done, but yeah, I guess you can put that in the same kind of light. All right. I don't know if New York and Faust had to do this when they were in school, but in high school we had to go through as part of the curriculum for the one class. We had to go through the immigration process on a smaller scale than what Scotsman did. Obviously, we weren't paying that the enormous amount of money that he had to pay out and everything. But the paperwork process, we had to do that in miniature, and then we had to, at the end of it all, at the end of the class, we had to take the exam, the written test, not just the small one. We had to take the full test. Whereas these days, some people, they're only taking 20 questions. We had to take, what was it, 100 on the full test, Scotsman?
Not even that anymore, man.
Yeah, I know.
My task was literally 5 questions, man.
Okay, you had one of the short ones. But if you were one of the ones that got handed the full test, that would have been what, 100 questions?
The worst that I've heard for anyone trying to get in here was 50.
Okay, the one I took was 100. I got stuck with the 100. And yeah, it wasn't an easy test. You had to know your history and the makeup of the government and everything to pass that test.
Yeah, I literally had a 10-question test, and I had to get at least 5 out of 10 right.
They might have done that in school, but I didn't enjoy school, so I wasn't there very often.
Yeah, this was 9th or 10th grade when we had to do it.
And I'll tell you, man, it was an easy test. I wasn't necessarily happy for the test, but I did what I had to do. And I'll tell you, it's the questions were ridiculous and super easy to answer. And to me, it seems like it should be a lot harder. And there should be a lot more involved.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're out there and you're watching and you think I'm full of shit, well, guys, I'm not from here. I'm not fucking throwing to eat one way or the other, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the fucking test is bullshit.
And yeah, they say they've made it easier. Like I said, when I took it, it was 100 questions, and you had to know the shit. I mean, it wasn't like multiple choice or anything. You had to write in what your answer was.
When I took it, they literally didn't care if I knew the English version or if I knew the Spanish version or if I knew this version or that version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's another thing. Back in the day, you had to know English too.
They only wanted that you knew a version of it. And I even questioned that too when I was there. And she just kind of looked at me like I was fucking crazy.
Mhm. Oh, I'm sure.
I'm gonna jump out. G-Web's fired up a chat, so I'm gonna go help him out.
Okay. I was getting ready to wrap it up soon anyway. So thanks for jumping on, Foss.
Yeah, have a good one.
Take it easy, man.
Later, buddy.
Yeah, but we even did they even have an essay question on the test when you took it, or was it all like multiple choice?
No, it wasn't a multiple choice when I took it. It was simply, is it this or is it that? And it wasn't necessarily multiple choice. It was just this, that, or the other. It wasn't a hard test.
Yeah, when I did it in high school, we had 2 questions at the end of the test that were like 50 to 100 word essay questions we had to answer.
I will tell you, man, when I first started preparing for it, I was kind of nervous. And not because I don't know my history, because trust me, I studied my history as far as this country goes and so on and so forth. But I was just kind of nervous just in general, just because it's a big deal. You know, I'm going for my citizenship and I'm not trying to fucking fail it. So it was a big deal. One of my big things was when I got out there, they turned around and told me that I couldn't have this person and that person and so on and so forth with me, which kind of really pissed me off because they'd already planned flights and so on and so forth, and this and the other, and all the rest of it. So now I got people that are not allowed to fly because of the COVID bullshit and whatever. But that was a huge mess. But in general, I will always say I'm blessed to be here, blessed to be part of it.
Don't feel bad about getting in, being nervous about taking a test. Anytime I have to take a test, I'm always nervous. I don't know why. I always am. Nope, lost Rob. He's been having issues all night, so I don't know if he just left or if he actually dropped out. Real quick, Thorzax jumped in out there just at the end of the show. You made it just in time to see the end, buddy. Go back and watch the replay. So, yeah. Do you guys start wrap? Oh, good. What were you gonna say?
I've always loved this country, man, and it's always been a big thing for me. And that was a huge part of it, was being nervous and being a part of this, being a part of that, and coming around and taking the test and all the rest of it. And in all honesty, as soon as they got in there, the lady asked me the first question, and I literally just kind of smiled at her. And she looked at me funny because I smiled. But I smiled because I knew the answer, and I knew I was comfortable. And then I only had 4 more to go. And I was able to answer everything, no issues whatsoever. And, you know, so it was a different feeling.
And you probably had one hell of a sense of accomplishment too once you got the letter saying you passed and all that stuff.
Well, and I don't think people ever understand what it means when you're standing there and you can literally say that you stood in front and were able to take the oath.
Mm-hmm.
And while I may not have taken the oath that you and many others have taken, as far as the military you've taken, the oath that we take as citizens is almost identical. Almost. Yeah. Not quite the same, but almost identical. And when you take that, when you stand there and you literally sit there and breathe those words, you say those words, and if you can understand exactly what you're saying,
mm-hmm.
and be a part of what you're saying, then people need to understand that it is a big difference of not just being this person, now you're this person, because this oath is something that means something that most people will never understand.
Yeah. If it's one of those things where, as you're saying it, if you're not, or when you're after you say it, if you're not contemplating what it is you just said, you don't get it. It's that simple. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, man, absolutely. My oath is, when I took that oath and I swore to it, I swore to everything that matters to me. I don't think people realize what that means. But it is something that will forever be in my heart and always be here. And I'll do whatever I have to make sure it preserves. There is no if, ands, questions, or buts as far as what goes on when it comes to that. But
on that note, we do have to start wrapping the show up. So thank you for coming on. You got anything you want to plug before we leave?
Just appreciate being here. Thank you, man, for having me. If you
it's
guys
not often you get
to.
It's not often you get to jump on a Sunday.
No, it's not. And usually I'm going to work, so I always appreciate being here when I can be here. So thank you guys. Really do appreciate it. If you can jump over, check the links. There's different links for craft holsters. There's a link for AOR, attorneys on retainer. If you're able to, please jump over, hit those. If not, no issue. Not a big problem. I understand. But if you can, please do so. And thank you to everyone out there. And thank you, man, for having me.
Yep, no problem. And thank everybody that was out there over the course of the show watching. Appreciate that. And for the people that have gone over to my Subscribe Star already and subscribed, thank you. It does help. And the people that have been on my Patreon account over the years, I want to thank them too. That's going away. I'm replacing that with the Subscribe Star. And yeah, be sure to check out the new website that you'll find down in the description box for the show. It's right there at the top, so you don't have to go searching for it through all that other clutter there. But yeah, me and my daughter spent earlier today putting together a quick website as we're building the main website, just so that there's something there. Because whenever you're doing one of these trade shows, the companies like to see that you have an actual website. You know what I mean? So me and my daughter put together a quick one for that purpose, and we'll get the main website up hopefully in the next week. That's another thing that gets to be mentally tiring, is putting websites together. I used to do that for different things back in the day, and that'll get you wore out real quick mentally. All that coding and shit. Anyway, on the website also you'll find different sales that are being had at Tractor Supply right now, mainly for like a couple of farming things, some pet things for people that are into that kind of stuff. And then there's free shipping at Smoky Mountain Knife Works on the website, so there's a link for that too. You click those links and then I get a portion of whatever you buy on there with all the other affiliate things. So you don't want to support their Subscribe Star or PayPal, you can do it through shopping at one of those websites, in addition to the Blackout Coffee, which I've already had with and the coupon code for that is still good. So if you haven't bought anything from Blackout Coffee yet and you want to try them, use my link and use my coupon code that you see going across the screen. You also find that on the website, so that'll help out too. So, and I think that's all I got to say. So until next week, everybody, have a good week, and we will catch y'all later. I'll see where I can find where I put that outro. Oh shit, I forgot to stop the stream. That helps.